and welcome to Wanjiro Space. I am Wanjiro Mungai. I remember we talked about social anxiety sometime last year, and today I want us to address another type of anxiety disorder, and this will be PTSD. What is PTSD? PTSD is post-traumatic stress disorder, and this is a disorder that happens after somebody has gone through a traumatic event. We're talking about shocking, scary, dangerous, the things that will make you, will leave you feeling really scared. Ordinarily, when we see something that scares us, we go into that fight or flight mode. But for PTSD, it happens way after. Actually, it happens 3 months after the event going forward, and it has to be for a whole month and beyond. So if it's a one-off, maybe just a week, you do not call it PTSD, but it is still scary, and you can still be feeling like you are reliving the event. So what are those events that we may know that can cause us this kind of stress? Robbery, serious injuries, especially road accidents, collapsed building, because you may have been in that building and you survived, but you witnessed this. Another one you think about is rape, terror attacks, carjackings, kidnappings. We're talking about these things that can really shock you and you survive it. But the feelings, the trauma does not easily go away. The other thing to note is that you do not have to be the person who actually went through the event. It can be that you are a witness to that event, or you are just heard about it. Because when you hear some of the things that happen to people, you may not have been there, but even watching it on the news can be scary enough. Learning of the death of a loved one, especially through a violent, way, in a violent way, that can also put you through PTSD. Think about our policemen. You are called from, you're on duty, and yes, this is your duty, but nobody prepares you as to what you will find when you get to the scene of accident or some other form of event. So by the time you're watching this, and it is like an everyday thing for you, that can give you a lot of stress, and especially when they also have to witness their colleagues getting shot, and you're thinking, I could have helped yet I did not, or why was it me that survived, not the other person? So this is what we are talking about. If it is you who was maybe driving a car and one of your loved ones died, again, this will cause you a lot of stress. How do you know that you're actually going through PTSD and not just something that is passing, for a short while? The one thing that you'll notice is that you get flashbacks, intrusive thoughts that you can't really get away from. You actually kind of relive that moment. So you will have this fear, an intense fear. You are so afraid. It's like it is happening to you right now. You get bad dreams, nightmares, and you can't stop yourself. So if something like that is happening, that may be the onset of PTSD. Another one is you want to avoid everything and anything that reminds you of that event. Even the people that you are with, sometimes when this happened, you do not want to see them because they may talk about the event and you're not comfortable. So you want to avoid anything and everything that reminds you of that event. Just an example, like the Westgate experience. I'm sure somebody who was in that mall on that day may not have visited Westgate since. They do not want to go anywhere near because it brings all the memories, If you're in an accident with your loved ones, like I said earlier, you may not be able to drive for so long after that because you keep thinking the way it happened, you keep seeing it in your eyes, like it is happening now. Maybe you're in a building that collapsed or just watched one collapse. like we said, you do not have to be the victim, but you could be the witness, then you may not want to be anywhere near a building under construction. That is what we are talking about, just avoiding stuff. You may not want to go into that building, rather into a building that is under construction until it is complete, because you are scared the same thing may happen again. The other one is that you get, your cognition changes and your mood, because sometimes you get very angry, you get into that depressive mood, or you have that fear, you do not want to remember, or actually you have the inability to remember. Sometimes it's like you almost choose not to remember the incident because it brings about so many negative thoughts. It is hard for you to think positively when you have PTSD. You actually sometimes blame yourself, you feel that guilt. You can imagine, like we said earlier again, that case of an accident. Maybe you were the one who asked your friend to accompany you to some place, and then in the process, you lose that friend or that family member, and you are the driver. You may never forgive yourself, yet it was something beyond your control. So you'll be thinking, I'm a bad person, nothing can happen that is positive beginning now. I am I am useless, I am hopeless, and you can't really blame them for thinking like that. The last one is that it can change how you react to things, your reactivity. So even the slightest of touch, accidental touch, maybe when somebody decides to surprise you from the back, it can send you into this fright. You know, you are so scared because even a loud noise can put you thinking, oh my God, it's happening again. Because at that time, you are in this tense mode. The other thing that can happen to you is that you can just, get careless. You can get reckless. And you're acting out without knowing. So you can get into drinking carelessly, you can get into driving carelessly, or just not being careful about how you do things. Maybe you're a very orderly person before, but suddenly you're not able to put your act together. That may be also because of PTSD. You get overly watchful of your surroundings because again you're thinking, what if. It may also get very hard for you to concentrate when you're going through PTSD. So, does PTSD have treatment? Yes. You can go for psychotherapy or go for medication. And like we always say on One Zero Space, if something is getting a little too hard for you and your coping mechanisms are a little too hard for you, or you're not able to cope easily, please seek professional advice. It will be good for you. Thank you for watching. I want to say a big thank you to my subscribers and my viewers, and still ask those that have not yet subscribed to kindly do so. Remember to hit that notification bell, leave a comment, and please share this video. Until the next time, bye bye.